One of the best things about overlanding is waking up to a view like this. And not a soul in sight. Hey everybody, what's up? Well, if you're here last week, we went on an adventure and I found a spot to camp basically right on top of the swell, the San Rafael Swell. It's probably one of the most overlooked areas in Utah, and it's awesome. There's trails everywhere. You could spend, I don't know, probably weeks out here exploring all the roads. Better bring some extra gas though, because there are plenty of them. But last night was extremely cold. When I woke up this morning, my phone said 18 and the truck said 16. But I stayed nice and warm in my two little sleeping bags. But I did have a problem when I woke up. My key fob got extremely cold and wouldn't work. So I had to get back in my sleeping bag, warm up my keys, just so I could unlock my truck. But everything's fine. I got some coffee in me, and we're ready for adventure. So we better get out of here, and we're gonna keep heading west. There's a couple things I got on my map that I wanna go look at, and we'll see how it goes. Adventure is always a mystery. You never know how the adventure is gonna turn out, and that's what today is. I have no idea how this is gonna turn out. I just picked some random things that I wanted to go see. One of them I found on my map. I have a feeling I know what it is, but we'll see when we get there. So let's get going. We'll get out of here. And hopefully it warms up a little bit so we can do some walking around outside. So let's get to it. But now it's time to say farewell to the swell for now and travel west. We need to make it over 100 miles out of this desert and into the mountains of central Utah. There's a mountain valley with some points of interest that I need to see. So buckle up for a minute and enjoy the ride. I'm just south of Richfield, Utah, and I'm looking for a cave. My map I have shows a cave right around here. I've already done one drive-by and I don't see it. But my map shows there's a cave right here, somewhere. It's supposed to be on this side of the road, but all I can see is houses. So I don't know what they're talking about. So the cave was a bust, so we'll have to head to our next adventure. But I think there's still one more thing I might possibly be able to show you before we go to the main adventure. Hopefully I can find it. Okay, well, I did not find that cave, but I noticed I was on an abandoned railroad line. And I found an old train tunnel. Unfortunately, it says to keep out. We'll go look at the front of it. Looks pretty cool. It looks a lot like the train tunnel by the Hoover Dam. Just like the ones at the Hoover Dam. It's got all the wood cribbing and stuff. Pretty cool. Okay, well, we better get going. We're running out of day. But this is right along Highway 89, just south of Richfield. Highway 89 is one of the more scenic highways through Utah. And it goes all the way through Utah, basically. Okay, this is Eagle Rock Tunnel. It was completed in 1896. This must be their favorite pictograph around here. All right, well, winter is making things tough today. I did not expect there to be a bunch of snow here. So I don't know what we'll really be able to get to, but I did find a few things that we can. We're at Fremont State Park. Let's go check this place out. Nice. Some rock art. Looks like they usually have a teepee set up right there. Good place to eat some lunch. There's a little cornfield. But they say there's a lot of rock art around here. Hopefully we can find some. See that ridge right there? They said before they built I-70, the ridge came this way more. And there used to be an old village on top of that. And progress, erasing history. Get out and see it before it's gone. And we got rock art everywhere right around here. Let's see if I can zoom in on this piece. That's pretty cool. Okay, here's some more. There's a lot more up by those two I just showed you, but they're not as visible, kind of in the sunshine, and they're kind of faded. But you can still slightly make them out with your naked eye. Here, I'll see if I can zoom in on this one with my camera. See if we can see it. So just above the snow. Should be right there if you can see them. But yeah, there's a ton right here that are really faint and kind of small. Here's a small one that looks pretty interesting. What do you think that is? See if you guys can see those ones. Because I'm not sure. I can't see my camera. It's too bright. Here's another little cluster of small ones that are barely visible still. I'm the only one that's been on this trail since it snowed. It's a little slippery. They're all along that rock wall, but they're all super faint. Hidden Secret Canyon it is. Oh, it's so pretty back here. I can't really tell if I'm on the trail or not. So hopefully I am. Okay, hopefully I made it back on the path. It looks like it. A little slippery up here today. Whoo doggy. All right, there's a lot more to see here. Let's go see if we can see it. So I do not know where the trail is. It's not marked well enough you can see it in the snow. I know I'm close, but I don't know if I'm on a trail or not. Huh. All right, I found a trail. I swear I can hear a helicopter coming too. Oh, I see it way over there. Looks like a life flight. Might be heading towards that accident we've seen on the freeway. That was a pretty bad one. Well, they got a pit house over here. Please do not jump on the pit house. Please do not dig on or in the pit house. Okay, I haven't been in a pit house in a while. I'm gonna try to get down here. I'm already down. I'm already down. This is a really shallow pit house. Still cool though. So try and imagine this is your house. You'd probably sleep around the edge, have a fire pit in the middle, and I guess you'd just pull the ladder on and off. I don't know. I wasn't around back then, so who knows? Well, cool. I didn't think I was going in a pit house today. I think they got a granary right over here too. Yeah, it's a couple of rocks that are naturally here, and they just sealed it in with other rocks. Keep their food in. Keep it safe from the mices. There is a museum here, but it's closed. They're remodeling, and they say hopefully in the fall it will be open. So I'll have to come back and see that one of these days. But we're gonna go see what else we can, because we're here. pretty little creek. This would have been the Native Americans' lifeblood here, the water. I gotta go into the freeway to get to this one. Gosh, I was gonna bring my bike just for this, but the weather was too crappy. I didn't want to get it all covered in mud and sand and salt and snow. Because I believe this is accessible by ATV from the Paiute Trail. Because it says the speed limit is 10. And I don't think anybody can walk 10 miles an hour. I know I can't. Yep, you can drive your four-wheeler down here. Then you gotta hike from here. All right, we're there. We're at the Cave of 100 Hands. Now, I don't see 100, but that's not to say that there wasn't. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Okay, I see at least 25. Well, awesome. Check. Cave of 100 Hands off the list. Let's get back to the truck and go see some more stuff. They say between 1,300 years ago and 900 years ago, this was a Fremont village. This was their canyon, their mountains. And then they disappeared for some reason. Okay, I spotted some red paint while I was driving down the road. I'm almost there. Let's go look at it. Where was it? Oh, right there. Okay, that's all I could see right there. Let's keep going. Well, this is what Swazi cabin would look like if it was kept up. If it had been remodeled. Nothing in there really. It is locked. At least the door's normal height. Pretty cool. Okay, way up there. Let's see if I can find it. Okay, I believe right here is Newspaper Rock. There's a couple different newspaper rocks around Utah, but this is the one at Fremont State Park. Quite a few there. I don't know how they got up there, but let's see, it's right there. Somehow they got right there to carve some rock art. Just craziness. Okay, I found a few more. Let's see if I can spot them with the camera. I want to say one's right there. Yeah, it should be right there. That's pretty cool. Fancy little pattern. And then right next to it, is all this stuff. And then there's some more right there. Yeah, there's a campground in the state park, the Sam Stowe campground, and there's a pit house you can rent to stay the night. I'm sure it's a little bit more modern than the pit house we looked at earlier. That might be fun, staying in a pit house. Okay, I thought I seen an old Pioneer signature. Let's go see if we can get to it. I don't know if we can. This sagebrush is pretty thick, and it was over there. This way. Alexander something. Is that a fender off a car? Definitely looks like a piece of a car. A piece. Well, it had wood in it. Wonder if it was a Model T. We'll never know. Okay. That's the Indian blanket. It's a long ways away. It is on the other side of the freeway. Halfway up that mountain. And it says that pictograph is 16 feet wide and 4 feet tall. That's a big one. But they said a tribe of Paiutes was traveling through this canyon for their winter hunting grounds. And one of the women had a baby, and the baby didn't make it, so they had to bury it somewhere up there. And the mom felt bad, came back, and painted that blanket for it so it could stay warm in this canyon. But now there's like a cave up here. Let's go check it out. Okay, we made it. It says this is the sheep shelter. And there's a mirror in there. It looks like there's some rock art on the ceiling. Pretty cool. Okay, it says there's some rock art sites up here. Oh, we might already beat a one. Cool. All right, it says there's a panel just up this trail a little ways. Let's see if we can get to it without falling down. So I'm not seeing anything yet. We'll go look up on this rock real quick. Huh. Well, I don't see it. And I don't have time to search too much longer. So we'll keep going. I did pass a couple at the bottom of this rock. I'll show them to you on the way down. That one I spotted. A little spiral. Oh, there's a little chunk of red paint. Another little circle spiral. That's all I could see. Let's try here. But this is Skinner Canyon. Oh, I do see a couple more right over there. Let's go get closer and see if we can see some others. Or just a little square right up there. All right, well, I've officially ran out of time for today. I gotta start heading home. I hope you had fun. I know I did. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Don't leave yet. Give this video a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, and leave a comment. Or take it a step further and push the join button and become a member and get your name on this list. But regardless, thank you for taking the time to watch this video. And don't forget, if you can, take the long way home.